in cooperation with police and federal law enforcement departments throughout the United States. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment, Gangbusters! For chewing enjoyment plus long-lasting refreshment, treat yourself to Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. The lively, full-bodied flavor cools your mouth and freshens your taste. The pleasant chewing helps keep your throat moist and adds enjoyment to whatever you're doing. So always keep a package of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. Enjoy it often, every day, as millions do. Now, Gangbusters.
Good evening, Gangbusters listeners. Detective story fiction usually features an insignificant, unexpected clue. Tonight's factual report on a singularly brutal murder is stranger than fiction by far, for the clue was only half a lemon.
To bring you tonight's report, Gangbusters has asked W. Luttrell, Commissioner of Safety, State of Tennessee, to narrate by proxy the case of the half lemon. Please continue, Commissioner Luttrell.
It came up rain, as the saying goes, on the night of March 21st, 1950, in eastern Tennessee. The cold and the damp penetrated even into the warm farmhouse occupied by Robert N. Grant on Highway 70, 6 miles east of Kingston. But as it turned out, wind and weather weren't the only enemies Bob Grant had to contend with that night. He just finished dinner and was listening to the radio while reading a farm weekly.
Wonder who's out in this weather. Good evening.
Hi. Say, I hate to bust in on you like this, mister, but I've just had a blowout. I wondered if I could borrow a jack. I know it's a lot of trouble.
Oh, not at all. I think I got a jack in the trunk of my car. Give me a minute to get into some boots, and I'll come out and lend you a hand.
Oh, you will, mister? Thanks a lot. I'll wait in my car.
Okay.
Robert Grant remembered to do two things, Gangbusters listeners, as he drew on his boots. To leave his wallet containing over $4,000 in cash in the house, and, though he hardly knew why, to slip a loaded .32 caliber revolver into his belt. Then he walked to the door and out into the storm.
Mister? Where are you, mister? So dark out here, I can't see my hand in front of my face.
Here I am, over here, next to your car.
Okay, be right with you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's all right, mister.
Sure, we have lots of time.
Oh, didn't know there were two of you.
That'll speed up the job.
Yeah, let's get with it, huh?
As soon as I get the jack out of the trunk of this car, can't seem to find the lock. Either of you fellas got a match?
Nope, not me.
Sorry, neither have I.
Never mind. Yeah, I have one. Here, now hold it for me till I get my keys out.
You hold it, mister, and get your hands up.
What?
Get your hands up fast.
All right, if that's the way you want it. Look out, Lou! Look out, he...
Mister, I warned you.
Brother, you really drilled him.
He asked for it.
Yeah.
Ed, you'll have to give me a hand into the car. He
Yeah.
got me in the stomach.
Yeah, as soon as I go through him. You said he always carried a whole lot of loot with him. Shut up. That's funny. No wallet.
Must have left it inside. Ed, we better get out of here. I'm starting to go.
But we can't pull out now.
Ed,
Not
we
till
got it. We got it.
Okay, Lou, okay. Here, let me get your arm over my shoulder.
Easy, easy.
There.
Please. Oh, please.
I'll get the door open. That's it. In you go.
Yeah.
Now, lean back.
Okay, thanks.
All set?
Yeah, get moving. Huh?
All right.
Robert Grant was not firing at the car as it pulled away, Gangbusters listeners. Those shots were a long-established signal between the neighbors of that remote community. One neighbor heard the signal and came running. In a few minutes, a phone call was put through to the sheriff's office. Soon after, Sheriff Robert Tedburn arrived at the scene of the crime with his chief deputy, J.F. Yately. They divided forces. The sheriff went to interview the neighbors. His deputy went to work with the evidence experts of the local police departments. Later, they met and compared notes.
Well, Jack, what do you got?
Doesn't make too much sense, Sheriff. Not so far.
Well, maybe it will. We put it all together. Let's have it.
Well, first thing, the coroner's counted 5 wounds in the dead man already, and he's still working.
That checks. The neighbors said the shots sounded so close together they thought it was a machine gun.
I doubt it, Sheriff. More like an automatic, fired at almost point-blank range. Coroner found powder burns on the face and upper chest. One bullet went through the inside breast pocket of Grant's jacket, by the way, where he must have kept his wallet. Of course, they lifted the wallet before they cut him down.
No, they didn't.
What do you mean?
He left the wallet in the house. $4,000 in cash in it.
Say, maybe that's why the killer shot him. You know, blew his top because he expected Grant to be loaded. And when he wasn't?
Then why didn't the killer go inside to look for the money?
Search me. I never yet ran across a gunman who thought in a straight line.
Yeah, neither did I. But I got a hunch these boys had a good reason for the way they acted.
They?
Yeah, there were 2 of them at least, probably more.
Well, that's some kind of a lead.
Here's another. Just before that so-called machine gun went off, there was a single shot. Sounded like Mr. Grant's .32.
You think maybe Grant shot one of them?
Yeah. I think that's why they killed him, Jack. Why they gave up on the money.
Sheriff, I'm just thinking out loud, but if Grant did manage to hit one of them...
He'll have to get to a doctor pretty fast?
Yeah.
Good idea, Jack. Tom, get on down to the prowl car. Notify every hospital within 50 miles to report gunshot wounds at once, direct to our office. I never thought this old office would look this good to me. Oh, boy, am I glad to get indoors again.
Same here. It was cold out there at that farm, cold and wet.
Yeah.
It'll take the wife a week to get the mud out of these clothes.
What we both need is some hot coffee.
Won't do any harm, that's for sure. I'll make some.
Hold it.
Right.
Sheriff Tedburn?
Evening, Sheriff. This is Jim Rowden, Knoxville Police Department.
Yes, Rowden?
We have your bulletin here on the Grant slaying.
Yeah?
It was just possible that we have one of the men you're looking for, an ex-con named Leon Llewellyn.
Oh?
He was brought into the General Hospital here at 9:50 p.m. with a critical bullet wound in his abdomen.
Yeah? Well, the Grant slaying took place about 7:45, near as we can put it.
Well, it's about a 2-hour drive, Sheriff, from Kingston to Knoxville.
What's this Llewellyn story?
We don't know yet. He's in pretty bad shape, the doc says, so we figured we'd better hold off questioning him till you got here.
Well, thanks, Rowden. We'll be with you just as soon as we can. Detective Rowden?
Yeah, that's right, Sheriff.
Glad to meet you. This is Jack Gately, my chief deputy.
How do you do?
How is Llewellyn now?
Not so good.
You been able to recover the slug?
No, the doctor says his condition is too poor to stand an operation now.
Can I go in and try to talk to him?
Sure.
Jack, you hold it out here. Might check with the office from time to time.
Right.
This way, Sheriff.
Thanks.
Now, Llewellyn knows me from scrapes he's been in. You better let me start the questioning.
Anything you say.
Llewellyn. Lou. It's Jim Rowden. Remember me?
Oh, Jim.
Who shot you, Lou?
Can't tell you.
We'll find out sooner or later, Lou. Why not give it to us now? Lou, who was in on this deal with you? Lou?
Jim, I'd like to help you. You've always been square with me, but it's different. I got a key.
Lou. Yeah, that's all for now, I think.
Think he'll die?
He'll probably pull through. got his clothes down the hall, Sheriff. You want to give them the once-over?
Yeah. By the way, Rowden, you didn't tell me. How'd Llewellyn get here?
Ambulance. He was found lying face down in the front yard of his home. Nobody seems to know how he got there.
What do you think?
Well, with the wound he has, it's a cinch he didn't walk very far. Most likely he was dumped from a car.
Getaway car.
Probably. Here are the clothes.
Oh, hey, what's this in the pocket? Half a lemon.
Yeah, bitten almost in two. I've heard that some people bite into lemons to keep from crying out when they're hurt.
I've heard that, too. You mind if I take this along?
No, of course not. But why do you want it?
Just a hunch. One of these days, we might find the other half of this lemon.
Sheriff,
Yeah, Jack?
I think we have a line on the getaway car. Tom Swanson at the office says the boys found 3 witnesses who claim they saw a big black sedan pulling away from Grant's place about 7:45 tonight.
Big black sedan.
Yeah, an old Cadillac, they say.
Jack, did Tom give you anything else?
Yeah, but it may not hold up. One witness says the right headlight was awfully bright, but the left one looked as if it might play out any minute. It'd be an easy thing to fix.
Would Jack, for a sensible man, a crook might not think of it. Rowden,
Yes, Sheriff.
pass the word on about this Cadillac, will you? Jack and I'll head back to Kingston and put out a bulletin on it, but maybe you could save us some time. One of your traffic control boys may have spotted that defective headlight. It's sometime before tonight, I mean.
That could be. I'll get on it and let you know.
Friends, next time you chew a stick of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, notice how cool and fresh it makes your mouth feel. That's because Wrigley's Spearmint Gum has lots of lively, refreshing flavor in every stick. The minute you sink your teeth in, that cooling flavor begins to freshen your taste and relieve that hot, dry feeling in your throat. It sweetens the breath, too. Millions of people carry Wrigley's Spearmint Gum with them wherever they go for quick, long-lasting refreshment and for real chewing enjoyment. Next time you're at the store, get some Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Enjoy its refreshing flavor and good, pleasant chewing often, every day. Remember, that's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Now, back to Gangbusters. And Tennessee State Safety Commissioner W.W. Luttrow.
Detective Rowden did get on to that Cadillac, Gangbusters listeners, the one with the defective headlight. It belonged to a Knoxville resident named Buford Roberts. Rowden and Sheriff Tedburn paid him an official call.
Mind turning your radio down a little, Mr. Roberts?
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you again, Sheriff. I was right here in the house all last night.
You never set foot outside, Mr. Roberts?
Not for a minute.
So you didn't use the car?
That's right.
The car just sat there in the garage all night?
As far as I know. I didn't take it out.
Mr. Roberts, you ever hear of a fellow named Leon Llewellyn?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Friend of yours, isn't he?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Look, fellas, I have a lot of things I promised I'd do this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When are you going to be through with?
We are now, just about. All we have to do is check through the car. Thoroughly this time. Come on, Mr. Roberts. Let's go out to the garage. This garage door makes a lot of noise, doesn't it, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, I've been meaning to tend to it, but you know how it is.
Yeah. Did you have the radio on loud last night?
Not especially. Why?
Well, then you would have heard this door opening if anybody had taken the car out last night.
Sure. Only nobody took it out. I told you that.
Yeah, I know.
Sheriff, I'm in the back. Something I want to show you in the car.
Okay, Jack. Excuse me a minute. Where you got, Jack?
You were right, Sheriff. You said crooks weren't sensible. Look. See it?
Well, out. Rowden, bring Roberts over here.
Okay, Sheriff.
Roberts, you said his car wasn't out of the garage last night.
That's right.
You also said you didn't know Leon Llewellyn very well.
That's what I said.
Llewellyn was in this car last night.
Well, let's see you prove that, mister.
All right, look on the floor. There, under the edge of the seat.
Are you kidding, Sheriff? There's nothing there.
Look again. I see half a lemon.
Oh, that? Well, that's nothing.
Nothing. Maybe enough to hang you.
Well, Gangbusters listeners, Detective Rowden brought Buford Roberts down to headquarters while the evidence experts processed Roberts' Cadillac and proved that its tires matched perfectly the marks left by the getaway car, and that the mud on the underbody checked with the mud samples taken from the front yard of the farmhouse. With these facts in hand, Sheriff Tedburn and his deputy returned to Kingston. When they got there, Deputy Tom Swanson handed them a report, which had just been phoned in from the Knoxville General Hospital.
Well, Jack, Llewellyn's going to pull through. They got that slug out of him, and it checks with the bullet that Detective Rowden test-fired from Grant's gun.
I'd say this wraps it up, wouldn't you? I mean, it definitely puts Llewellyn at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it does that.
You're more interested in putting Buford Roberts there, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can get Llewellyn to do that for us. Well, the doctor says he's strong enough to talk. That could be any day now.
Yeah, any day. Brother, there's an awful lot of waiting in this business.
Sometimes. Sheriff Tedburn? Yeah, Tom. What? Left a note for me. We'll be right out here. Come on, Jack. Let me have that note, Tom. It's a woman's handwriting. Signed a friend. Jack, listen to this. I have tried to get Buford Roberts to tell you what he knows about this Llewellyn thing, but he won't. He's protecting his friends. I heard Buford talking to Leon Llewellyn several days ago about borrowing the car. Leon said he'd get a good driver, Eddie Rudder. Talk to Eddie Rudder.
With the help of Detective Rowden, Sheriff Tedburn located Eddie Rudder in Knoxville. It wasn't easy. Rudder had no previous police record. But when they began quizzing him...
Come on, Rudder, let's have the story.
Well, this Leon Llewellyn came to me and told me that he thought I was a good kid and wanted to give me a chance to make some easy money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I asked him how, and he said all I had to do was drive a car. Buford Roberts' Cadillac. Lou said he'd handle all the rest of it. He did.
Let's have the details.
Well, after Grant came out of the house and came up to his car to get the jack out of his trunk, Lou told him to put up his hands.
Yeah?
Well, Grant started to, but then he made a dive for his gun and he had it out before Lou could stop him. I don't think Lou really wanted to kill Grant. Honest, I don't.
He put 6 slugs into him.
Yeah, I know, but Grant started it.
Go on, Eddie.
Well, after the shooting, I got scared, and I wanted to get out of there fast. I wanted to take Lou straight to the Knoxville hospital, but he said no, take him home. So I drove him to his house, and I let him out. After that, I drove the car to Roberts' place, and I left it.
Roberts didn't have anything to do with it, huh?
No, he didn't, not a thing.
Sure, then?
Absolutely. Buford Roberts didn't have a thing to do with it. I want that on the record.
All right, it's on the record for what it's worth. Not a bit more. Remember, Eddie, if you change your mind, I'm on your side. Llewellyn isn't.
Leon Llewellyn and Eddie Rudder came up for trial promptly, Gangbusters listeners, with Rudder acting as witness for the state. The trial dragged on for days in the Kingston courthouse, while Sheriff Tedburn watched and waited. Finally, on the night of June 13th, the phone rang in the sheriff's office with the message that Rudder wanted to see the sheriff in his cell.
Evening, Rudder.
Hello, Sheriff. Still on my side?
Only if you're planning to tell the truth. Are you?
I don't know. Sheriff, I'm scared. I'm scared to death.
Of Llewellyn?
He said they'd get me for turning state's witness.
Not much he can do about it, is there?
No.
But they can?
That's right.
Who are they?
Sheriff, if I tell you, will you see to it that they can't get at me?
I'll do my best. Now, that's a promise.
All right. It wasn't true what I said before. There was somebody else in it with Llewellyn and me.
Roberts, wasn't it?
He planned the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He brought Llewellyn to my place the night before we pulled the job. He said he found out that Grant always carried thousands of dollars with him and it would be a cinch to knock him over. Roberts gave us the car and he Well, you can take it from there.
Yeah, Eddie, we will. All the way.
Buford Roberts was indicted as an accessory before the fact of Robert Grant's murder, Gangbusters listeners. A jury found him guilty, and he was sentenced to 20 years in the state penitentiary. A similar sentence was imposed on Eddie Rudder. The actual killer, Leon Llewellyn, was sentenced to 99 years in the same institution.
Thank you, Tennessee State Safety Commissioner W.W. Luttrell. In just a moment, Gangbusters Nationwide Clues. Friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum is a refreshing, delicious treat you can enjoy even while you're working, driving your car, or busy doing other things. Just slip a stick into your mouth and chew it as long as you like. The pleasant chewing will make the time pass more pleasantly for you. And you'll enjoy that cooling, refreshing flavor. It'll help keep your mouth and throat moist. A real help on warm summer days. Keep a package or two of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy all the time. Chew and enjoy it often, as millions do. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. And now, Gangbusters Nationwide Clues, broadcast every week to assist American police in their war against the underworld. Attention all citizens. Watch for Peter Kensick, wanted by the FBI for unlawful flight to avoid prosecution for murder. His official description.
Peter Edward Kensick, age 46, 5 feet 7, about 155 pounds, medium build, light brown hair, blue eyes, sometimes wears rimless glasses, medium complexion, may be employed as tailor or fireman.
This man has a scar across bridge of nose, burn scars on left forearm and right elbow, and blue tattoo of tombstone with wording, "In memory of mother," on right forearm. Upper left front tooth may be missing.
Caution, Kensick may be armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. He's being sought for stabbing 2 people. Attention all citizens and police officers. Maintain vigilance for Don Carlos Eastwood, wanted by the FBI for unlawful flight to avoid confinement for the crime of robbery. Listen carefully to his official description.
Don Carlos Eastwood, age 26, 5 feet 10, about 170 pounds, medium build, brown hair, brown eyes, ruddy complexion, may seek work as telephone lineman, fireman, or television antenna installer.
This man has a pit scar on right cheek, mole on left shoulder, and small pit scars on right knee and right leg. He may have hair dyed red and crew cut. He possesses a private airplane pilot's license.
Caution, Eastwood may be armed and should be considered dangerous. If you have any information concerning these clues, notify your local police, the nearest office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or Gangbusters at once. Tonight's Gangbusters case was dramatized by Stanley Silverman and directed by John Dietz, with Scott Tennyson and Jackson Beck in leading roles. The entire production was supervised for CBS Radio by John Ives. Gaylord Avery speaking.